Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to discuss about the hydraulic cylinder types. Hydraulic cylinders means those are linear actuators which are used in the hydraulic system. The linear actuators are different types depending upon the applications where we are going to use that type of the linear actuator. And here I am going to discuss those different types of the cylinders. The hydraulic cylinders are classified as follows: single acting cylinder, double acting cylinder, double rod cylinder, tandem cylinder, telescopic cylinder, and cushion cylinder. And single acting cylinder and double acting cylinder are most commonly used in the various applications. And that's why already I have discussed the working of the single acting and double acting cylinder in the previous session. And in this session, I'm going to discuss other type of the cylinders and their applications like double rod cylinder, tandem cylinder, telescopic, and cushion cylinder. First, I will take the double rod cylinder. A double acting cylinder with a piston rod on both sides is a cylinder with a rod extending from both ends called the double rod cylinder. Here, the cylinder rod, which is extending on the both sides, and that is called as a double rod cylinder. This cylinder can be used in an application where work can be done on both ends of the cylinder, thereby making the cylinder more productive. This can be used for the work can be done from the both sides, so that will increase the productivity. Double rod cylinders can withstand higher side loads because they have an extra bearing. The extra bearing on each side it will have, and because of that it will have the higher side loads, withstand higher side loads on one each rod to withstand the loading, and for that purpose it will withstand the loading at the both sides, therefore it will side loading with withstanding capacity will be more. And it consists of a piston, the two rods extended down both sides, and piston seal and ports for the supplying of the fluid on both sides for the extension and retraction. And it is symbolically represented like this: the inlet ports, piston, and rods extending on both sides. Next, I will take the tandem cylinder. A tandem cylinder is used in applications where large amount of force is required for a small cylinder. For a small diameter cylinder, the large amount of force if it is required, this type of cylinder is used. Pressure is applied to both pistons, resulting in increased force because of the larger area. Here, it will consist of the two pistons. Two pistons, and both pistons are forced by the supply of the fluid at each. There are two inlet ports for this tandem cylinder, two inlet ports, and thereby the due to that larger area, considering the both pistons, the force will be more. We are going to get, and the drawback is that these cylinders must be longer than a standard cylinder to achieve an equal speed because flow rate must go to both pistons. Here the flow rate should go to the both pistons. Therefore, the flow rate will be reduced. That's why to achieve the speed, that the piston will be this cylinder will be longer in size. Even though diameter is smaller, the longer size will be there. And here symbolically it will be represented like that: two inlet ports, and the two exit port. The two exit ports and two inlet ports we are going to use for this one, and the two pistons we are going to use. The two pistons for the this increasing the force from that cylinder. The next type of cylinder is that telescopic cylinder. A telescopic cylinder is used when a large stroke length and a short retracted length are required. When it is enlarged, long stroke it should have, that is a higher length. When it is retracted, it should have the smaller in length. Where that type of application is required, we are going to use this telescopic cylinder. It is just like a telescope what we are going to use for that. By extending its length we can focus on the whatever the longer distance, and that's why it is also extending like that. That's why its name is called as a telescope. The telescopic cylinder extension stages. It is extended in stages like the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, like that extension it will taking place. Each stage consisting of a sleeve. Okay, it consists of a sleeve that fits inside the previous stage. The sleeve, whatever is there, it fits inside in the previous sleeve. Like this, the retraction, during the retraction, the sleeve fitting will takes place. One application for this type of cylinder is raising a dump truck bed. Raising a dump truck bed, it can be used. Telescopic cylinder are available in both single acting and double acting models. They are more expensive than standard cylinders due to their more complex construction. Construction is more complex, and that's why these cylinders are more costlier. This is a three-stage extended position, and this is a retracted position. And pressure port where we are going to apply for the pressure. Symbolically, it can be represented. This is a single acting cylinder with a symbol I have shown. The last one is that cushioned cylinder. When the cylinder piston is actuated, the fluid enters the cylinder port and flows through the little check valve so that the entire piston area can be utilized to produce the force and motion. Here, during the extension, the entire piston will be used for its force and motion. For the prevention of the shock due to stopping loads at the end of the piston stroke, at the end of the piston stroke, either during extension or during the retraction. Okay, at the end of the stroke, okay, the shocking loads, in order to stopping the shock loads due to topping the loads at the end of the piston stroke. Cushion devices are used. Cushion devices we are going to use for those cylinders. Cushions may be applied at one end or both end. One end also you can use or both end. They operate on the principle that as cylinder pistons approaches the end of the stroke, the exhaust fluid is forced to go through an adjustable needle. Okay, here when it is reached almost nearer to the top one end, and there this the fluid flow through that to the cylinder that will be stopped. Here it will be stopped. We can see the extended part will be entered here. The fluid is forced through pass through this needle valve, and thereby the fluid flowing rate will be reduced so that the cushion that is slowed down, piston is slowed down, and that will be cushioned. The operate on the principle of the cylinder pistons approaches the end of the stroke and exhaust fluid is forced through the adjustable needle valve that is set to control the escaping fluid at a given rate. This allows the deceleration characteristics to be adjusted for different loads. For the different loads, it will be adjusted. And symbolically, it will be represented at both sides. The cushioning like this, it is shown. Okay, this type of cylinder usually used to reduce the that is shocking at the end. Okay, these are the different types of the cylinders which are used in the hydraulic system. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe, and comment.